to prevent the care worker visa being used to recruit from abroad. So
At
we will
all?
close, yes. So, but we will allow them to continue to extend visas and also to recruit from. There's more than 10,000 people who came on a care worker visa where the sponsorship visa was cancelled. Effectively, they came to jobs that weren't actually here or that were not of the proper standard. They are here, and care companies should be recruiting from that pool of people rather than recruiting from abroad. So we are closing recruitment from abroad. That is a significant change, and we're doing it alongside saying we need to bring in a new fair pay agreement for care workers, because we saw that huge increase in care work recruitment from abroad, but without actually ever tackling the problems in the system in the care sector.
Well, as you have seen, the UK has announced that it will officially end the care worker visa recruitment route for overseas applicants. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Millie, and if you are new here, please make sure you hit this red subscribe button here, turn on your notification bell, and like this video. So today we are looking into a breaking update from the UK government, which is causing shockwaves across the care sector and immigration communities worldwide. This is urgent and very, very important. So let's unpack and see what this means from start to finish. Care workers from abroad have played a crucial role in supporting the UK's social care system, especially during the pandemic. But now, the government is shifting its instance, and thousands of aspiring migrants could be affected. This video is going to cover the timeline, political motivations, and what happens next. So before we get to the summary, let's first look and see what the UK Home Secretary Yvette Cooper had to say. As we can see here, care worker recruitment from abroad to end, Cooper says, and Cooper is the Home Secretary. So let's go on. This was released on 11th May 2025. Care workers will no longer be recruited from overseas as part of a crackdown on visas for lower skilled workers, the Home Secretary has told the BBC. Yvette Cooper said it is time to end that care worker recruitment from abroad, and rules will change this year, instead requiring firms to hire British nationals or extend visas of overseas workers already in the country. The government plans to unveil changes to visa and recruitment laws on Monday, which is today, in a bid to cut net migration, and says measures will cut up to 50,000 lower skilled and care workers coming to the UK over the next year. Shadow Home Secretary Chris Philp said the plans were too little and called for an annual cap on migration. Successive governments have tried unsuccessfully to reduce net migration, which is the number of people coming to the UK minus the number leaving. Net migration climbed to a record 906,000 in June 2023, and last year it stood at 728,000. The Home Office has not yet officially confirmed what will be in immigration white paper due early next week. Speaking on the BBC's Sunday with Laura, Cooper said the government was setting up plans for a substantial reduction in net migration, but added targets would not be set, saying they undermine the credibility of anything that governments do. So the threshold for skilled visas is expected to be increased to graduate level, tightened from the current A-level measure. There will also be a narrower list of exceptions to the rules for temporary shortage visas in some industries, Cooper added, but did not give examples on this. As you have seen, UK Home Secretary Yvette Cooper has confirmed that the care worker visa route will be closed later this year. This move is part of a broader effort to cut net migration by around 50,000 people per year. The Labour government argues that this will rebalance the immigration system. Let's see what the government's justification is. Why is the UK doing this? The government claims the care sector should no longer rely on international workers. They want to increase wages, invest in training, and create more jobs for UK residents. They have also stated that high migration levels are unsustainable. But what does the care sector have to say about this? Care providers are sounding the alarm. Last year alone, over 70,000 care workers were recruited from overseas. Industry leaders say this decision could worsen already critical staffing shortages, especially in care homes and support services for the elderly and the disabled. From the political and public response, the political response has been divided. Labour stands by the policy as necessary reform, but unions and care sector leaders argue it's irresponsible. Some call it short-sighted, claiming it risks collapsing fragile services. The opposition warns of rising waiting lists and care delays. So what should we expect moving forward, since the exact date of the visa closure hasn't been announced yet? There might be a transition period for current visa holders. Meanwhile, recruitment efforts will shift locally with new training and incentives for UK-based care workers. And what does this have as an impact on immigrants? This decision will hit thousands of hopeful migrants hard. The care worker route was one of the most accessible for skilled foreign workers. Many were planning to come under this pathway, and now they'll need to look at other, more competitive visa options. If not, they may have to look at other different countries like Canada or US or Australia and many other. So as we have seen, for sure we can say this is a massive change in UK migration policy. It's designed to prioritize domestic employment, but actually raises serious questions of whether the health sector will have to cope with it or what happens next. But only time will tell how successful or damaging this decision will be. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and subscribe for more updates on immigration, jobs, and UK policy changes. You can drop your thoughts in the comment section. Do you really think this was the right move by the UK government? Let's talk about it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video for the next update. Bye!